So, Hare Krishna, everybody. Um, some of you know me. I live here in Mayapur since quite some time. And I was thinking to maybe share a few things that I've experienced with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami. Because I'm one of his disciples. And as you all know, he just left this world 2 days ago. And I think all his disciples and his friends and all the seniors, they're going all through those same waves of emotions. I want to apologize in if I break out in emotions, I want to apologize in advance. So it's been, it's difficult because he is my spiritual master and I have so much gratitude towards him. So excuse me. There's so much I can say, and I don't want to bore anyone, but the thing is, I cannot speak when my voice breaks. It's hard to speak for me, so I will try to so reflecting, looking back, I joined in Germany in the end of the 90s, and I was on Sankirtan for some time, full time, not too long, just for a year. But I was a full-time Sankirtan devotee for 1 full year in the van, living with extraordinary, really fixed up devotees. I'm so thankful. So I met my Guru Maharaj, I think in 2000. So that's 24 years ago. There was this Sankirtan Mela that we did in Goloka Dham in Germany, a beautiful little temple, and with those deities they are called Radha, Madan Mohan, if I remember correctly. So Maharaj was stranded in Frankfurt for the first time in his life. He had nobody to be with him. He was completely alone at the airport with no servants and no, So, and I remember my Sankirtan mentor, Mangal Maya, he asked in our small circle, who wants to serve Maharaj? And I remember lifting up my arm and so I got the opportunity to serve him. Yeah, and so there I was standing in front of him. So somebody picked him up from the Frankfurt airport, and I had the great opportunity to serve him. So I was cooking for him. I was, washing his clothes. I was having the great opportunity to go for those long japa walks, completely alone, just him and me, in Germany. And now reflecting, now I'm almost 50 years of age. I was a young guy, it's just like half of my life back. I see it that Krishna sent him. He sent him to pick me, because he has no disciples in Germany, as far as I always heard. So I think there is only one disciple from Germany that he had at that time, but I was always told that there are no people, he doesn't preach in Germany, and it was just an unusual situation. But I believe today that Krishna sent this beautiful soul to pick me out of my own misery and to give me that jewel of spiritual life. And I know that he came there and that he saved me, so to speak, because he would never go to Germany. So I'm kind of the only devotee from Germany. I'm not German, but I joined there and I lived there for a very long time. So I remember when I met him there, he asked me, so if you're going to serve me, can you please, next morning, can you please bring me a bucket of warm water and 2 full hands of tulsis? And I did not understand what he wanted, but I did it. So next morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning or so, I was there with a warm bucket of water and 2 big, hands full of tulsis, which I collected in the temple. And then I knocked on his door, and there he was already, ready, showered, dressed up, waiting for me. And then I understood that he needed that water and those tulsis to worship his Shalagram Shilas. And this is when I actually got the first time in contact with this service of worshipping the Shalagram Shila. So this was in 2002. And it's always like this: when somebody passes, you kind of regret that you could have done so much more, and you could have taken much more association. And so I have taken opportunity in many ways, but this year I did not, and this was only because of my pride, that I was a bit fed up of all the gurus and all the so much dirt that came up in our society of this molesting of children and other things, and I may have mixed it up a little bit, and I just distanced myself a little bit from swamis and gurus, and I just wanted to have association with people on my level, and people that are like-minded. But I regret that I did not did much more this year. I have so many stories that I can share. I was so blessed that I could also serve him in Italy, and I could massage his feet, and I could do all those things that a servant does, like, washing his clothes and being there for him and going on japa walks with him and all those beautiful things that you can do as a, chanting with him and observing how he would do his worship and all those things. And I have so many memories that in conversations that I had with him, and I always wanted to show him my music. I never got the chance to show him my music and the songs that I wrote for him, because there are always so many people around him, and so I really treasure those moments that I had when I was completely alone with him. And I know it's completely selfish for me to want him for myself. I have no idea how many thousands of disciples he has, so I have no clue. Probably 20,000-30,000 disciples, and I'm just one guy, yeah, so I also don't want to bore anyone, but I think it's good to share and to express yourself and let it out. And I'm not even sure if I should post this, but my god sister, she said I should do it. And these waves of emotions, they just come and go, and this is just a normal process of it's just a normal thing to process everything. Yeah, so it's already 12 minutes past, so I could share more stories, but I just want to wish all my god brothers and sisters and all the people that knew him, I want to offer my respectful obeisances to all of you, and pay my respects to all of you that knew him even better than me and that were even closer to him than I was. It's already getting dark. I'm here in my windowsill, and I'm sorry if I if I'm a little bit emotional, so, but it's okay. It's okay to be emotional. This this material world, I was just talking to a friend that this material world is so beautiful, and you can't get closer than that if you observe Mother Nature. All the birds, all the animals, all the blossoming of the flowers, and how this beautiful Mother Nature is always blossoming and always changing. You can't get closer to God and witness all these beautiful things, and what to speak to see the life in the temples and the deities and the Shilas and the devotees that have so much bhakti for Krishna. You can't get closer to God than that. This material world is so beautiful, but at the same time it's so brutal, because death is, every step is danger, right? Dukkalaya shashvatam, right? Every step is danger, and death is there. And I've seen so much death here. Only this week, 3 of my friends passed away, and I've seen their bodies, and I've seen so many cremations in my life, and it's going to happen to all of us. So what are we going to do with our time, So we have to make advancement, serious advancement in spiritual life. and overcome death by, surrendering to the divine. This is my message to all of you. I hope I was not too emotional and I can only say one thing is the last 2 days I've been chanting and the holy name of Krishna, and I have this little picture of my Guru Maharaj in my pocket or in my bead bag, and I was just kind of much more connected in a way. I feel so much more connection to him now. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's kind of a new experience, being a devotee, which, his spiritual master is not here anymore. So I just wanted to share this, and I hope I didn't bore anyone with my mood swings. I can only say all glories to His Holiness Gopal Krsna Goswami, and I hope that he is in a good place now. I'm sure he is, and all I can do is follow his footsteps and try to somehow, I hope that I can touch people's heart and at least plant in their hearts in my upcoming years. I have this deep desire to at least awaken that spiritual interest in other people's heart. This is my desire, and with your blessings I might be successful in some way. So thank you.